for you, I know PGA Tour doesn't get over here a lot. I mean, it starts with, maybe it's, it starts with the Safeway and you get some around Monterey, but just how special is it to come home right as this tour kicks off?
No, it's great. I mean, like I said, it's been a while since I've been home. It's always nice to get back to old stomping grounds, see my parents, see my family. It just always brings back good memories. Like I said, I've lived here my whole life, so it's just it's a little kind of a refresher whenever I come home and see everyone. So I always love it.
Do you get a moment to breathe, or does it just feel like, oh man, I'm pulled in so many different directions?
No, definitely a moment to breathe. I don't. Like I said, when I come home, I shut everything else off. I don't focus on anything else. It's then once tournament time comes, and I'll focus on that. But until then, like you said, I'm just really focused on family and enjoying that time with them, and like I said, just really taking everything in.
For people who have no idea what it's like to be a PGA Tour pro, how long is that span where you get that moment to kind of collect yourself and breathe a little bit?
Not much. I mean, as a rookie, I played a lot more than I probably would have this year. This year, I'm definitely gonna play a little bit less. I played a lot of 4 in a rows, which is it's a lot when you do it. You play 4 weeks, take 1 week off, and then play another 4 weeks. It's a lot to play 8 weeks and 9 weeks basically. So just to kind of span my schedule out a little bit better, get some more rest in there, some more breaks. It's where you don't feel so drained, and it's more so mentally. It's like when you're that focused for 6 out of 7 days every single week, it can definitely be draining at times. So it's really just adjusting, like you said, figuring out what courses fit me better, just how to plan my schedule that way. Like I said, to have more rest at home, and then to be more fresh for the tournaments.
When you are locked in, though, what do you use to maybe break up the monotony of that focus that helps you escape wherever that might be? What might be that tool that you use to kind of unwind and unfocus a little bit?
It could be my family if they come to events, my girlfriend. It could usually when I'm done on the course, I go see my my physio guy, and I'm done. I'll usually will putt a little bit after, but I'm not going to sit there and grind on something that's it's not going to show up in 6 hours when I wake up. So that week, whatever I have, whether it's good or bad, it's going to be what it is, and just keep pushing along. So that's something I really learned, because over a span of a year, it's a lot. If you're sitting out there grinding on stuff, if you're struggling, if you're just trying to find something, even when you're playing good, you can overdo it still sometimes. Doing, like I said, after you play, it can be little things.
Yeah.
Practicing a little bit too long, or warm-ups too long, or you show up too early. So it's, my first years, it's been a really good learning curve, and something I had to sit back and look on. And this year I just feel a lot refreshed, and just say the best word probably to use is just more experienced. More comfortable in my own shoes out there. So.
And having that experience that 1 year, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but
yeah.
It seems like, you learn so much in that first year. Are you able to enjoy it, or does it just feel like, my gosh, this is just such a grind?
No, golf's always a grind. It always is, but it's definitely more enjoyable, I'll be honest. Yeah, it's last year, like I said, I won, I had a lot coming at me, and I'm just kind of handled things the wrong way. So this year I've sat back, kind of learned from it, just taking a different approach to everything, and I feel more mature in that aspect. I feel just more mature in general too, just how I deal with things, whether that's on the course and off the course. So
it's a very generic question, but yep. I imagine you get it all the time. What was your favorite moment this past year?
Winning is hard. That's got to be number one. I think it's just the way I did it, really, not even winning, just the way I did it. Playing so well, and then giving it up with 9 holes to go. So, giving up a 4-shot lead your first time in it, it could be, at that time, I really wasn't panicking when I could have. I was playing so good. I knew it was a matter of time when I started getting things going. Again, didn't know if it was going to happen or not, but just knowing how good I was playing, I just felt like if I kept pushing, something might come. And, I made a great putt on 10, great par save that just got me going from there. And I ended up getting that 4 shots back and winning by 4. So I think just the perseverance and the mental grind that was to get through that experience for my first time, like I said, having a lead for 72 holes basically, it was just an awesome feeling.
You've remained, I know, so humble in this whole thing. I mean, and you've really become like one of the faces, the young faces of the future.
Yeah.
Foley's sitting there talking you up, calling you retirement plan. I mean,
Yeah.
what is that? How do you wear that as you go on through your journey, knowing that, man, my life has changed a lot in these past 2 years?
No, it's a blessing. I mean, it's, I knew I can always get here. My family knew I can always get here. It's just a matter of if I had the will and I had the work ethic to get here. So that's what golf is always about. It's, you can have the gift and, but it's always about time and how much time you put into it, and that's what it'll always be about. So, I feel like I've done that over the years. I've put as much time as I possibly can, my family has as well. So, for me, I just felt like if I just trusted in what we believed in my team, that eventually it would happen. So, and it did. It happened very fast, which is nice. But again, that always comes with obstacles. So,
what's the biggest challenge you've encountered so far?
It's different golf versus college. It's funny how college coaches, college golf, it's a good preparation to learn how to play, but besides that, it's just two different things. You're playing for your livelihood. You're playing in front of people, which half of them don't like you for reasons they don't even know why. Just the crowds, just the noise, just I got to go to do this media thing. I got to do this. I got to go see my chiro. I got to eat dinner with my family. It's a lot. It can be a lot if you actually sit back and think about it. So, for most guys, it's just figuring out what works for you. Some guys like to practice. Some guys would rather do more quality over quantity, which I like a lot more. Rather focus hard on something for 30 minutes than sit there, for 2 hours and kind of lollygag over it. So that was just kind of what I really had to learn. I think last year I burned myself out a lot. I worked really hard, practiced a lot. Again, I think the quality probably wasn't there as much just because I just wanted to grind and figure it out. But that's something I learned. It's in golf, I feel like you're going to fail. You have to fail to learn, especially with golf. It's too hard of a game not to. I mean, Tiger Woods, he's won, 82 times? And how many events he's played in? Even he's arguably the greatest of all time, and he'd even win, he probably won, no, he didn't win half of his events. So it's just on the grind all the time.
Are you still amazed at what he's able to do? Sitting and get the major this past year?
Oh, it was a miracle from all of us. What he's gone through, we don't know how many more years he has. If not next year, we don't know. Tiger, he's obviously very, he doesn't let anyone really know, which I don't blame him. His body, I think we should all appreciate the moments that we have him left on the PGA Tour, because no one knows how long his body can hold up longer. So, hopefully it lasts another 10 years. That'd be awesome to see him, break the major record. But, I think there's more people watching that event than I think anything in the last 10 years combined. I think that was, like you said, to see someone come back from what he came from, all those injuries, the back surgeries, and then to win the Masters the way he did was just awesome.
He means a lot to you. I know that's your guy. And
oh yeah.
I saw what happened down in LA and
yep.
at Riviera.
Yep.
Just if you were able to sum up what he means to you, and have that type of role model.
Yeah, as far as the golf aspect, he's what we all looked up to. He was our modern, Tiger. He's obviously, I think we were all still, my generation, my age, we're still probably too young to appreciate it at the time. The early 2000s, I was, 5 to 8 years old when he was in his prime. So, I can vaguely remember watching it, but, as far as appreciating it, I wish I really had that aspect of it. But even then, the Tiger effect is the Tiger effect. Purses were, gosh, I don't even know a number, but a winning purse back when he first came on tour in the late 90s was maybe 300 grand, less than that.
Yeah,
it was 200 grand for the winner. And within 10 years, the purses were up to $1 million for first place. So it's he's just brought the game to a whole nother level that's given us a chance to live, again, arguably an amazing life, and have a long career out here. It's just given us more opportunities and chances. And if it wasn't for him, all of us, we all know it would have never been possible. So.
Final few for you. I know it starts off with Safeway.
Yeah.
The cliche is maybe round to round, day to day, but do you come into this season with any type of goal, or do you just kind of see what happens. I mean, is there? Do you kind of lock in on anything?
Yeah, I mean, I have my yearly goals. That's, I feel like if I can accomplish, these 75% of those, it'll be a very successful year. I obviously I have some very high ones, but then I have ones that I know I can attain. So, I feel like that's one thing I struggled with again last year. I had that set, but then when I won, it changed. And it's not like I meant to. It was a mental thing. So, I'm really just gonna stick with that. And, like I said, if I obtain the ones that I feel like are very gettable, then the other ones can possibly come. So that's really how I'm gonna look at it. I feel a lot more clear. Personal life's good, everything's good. So I think I'm just in a better place now than I was kind of towards the end of the year last year.
That's awesome. No one was here today. What can you just say about this tournament? I know it's second or third year. I know from seeing it, my first time seeing it was last year. It's so much different this year. Just what are you guys doing out here?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the first year, for my charity since I've been on the big tour. So it's amazing. I just see the support. How many more people, how many more sponsorships we've had. At times it is overwhelming. I know my dad loves it, but I know for him it gets overwhelming. But that's what he loves. He loves, like I said, giving back. That's what I love. That's what my family loves. So, this will always be a part of us. It'll be every year thing, and each year try to step it up. So, for my first year, like I said, get done on the PGA Tour, and to have the outcome we had today it's awesome. The amount of money we raised, and like I said, our goals are always going to be higher every single year. Try to step it up. Get a little more excitement, and just keep fundraising that money for the kids.
You had a couple kids here from Grant High School.
Yep.
They're looking at you as the future of the PGA. I mean, you've made golf cool in a way, and also affordable for so many of these guys. I mean, just how important is that to show young people, especially from around Sacramento, that hey, I was once in your shoes.
No, it's big. I mean, it's like I said. I did an interview with Nike a while back, and it's just seeing. If you watch basketball, now it's, I don't know the percentages, but when an African American kid is at home watching basketball, he sees. That's what he sees. On golf, it's not the same.
Right.
So it's just about getting more of those kids involved, which then would be a more broader scale. Golf, it's slowly getting into those communities, more minority communities, but it's just if an African kid's at home, he turns on golf, you're gonna change channel right away. So it's still, like you said, bringing it to them, giving them a chance to get involved in it, get interested in it. Again, it's more than golf. It's kind of using it as just a platform, have more support system for them, mentorship, educational opportunities. And if they like golf, they like golf. That's not our main thing. Is not to force golf on anyone. It's just to use it as the base platform. And if they run with it, great. If not, if they get some educational help, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's just trying to get a more broad scale in kids, and maybe the next generation, there'll be more minorities, coming up, and kids like me, having chances to play golf.
Yeah, and then Foothill Farms. I mean, to see the vision that you guys, that your family has had for that and restoring it. How is that coming along? I know your dad is so involved in in that, so close to his heart.
Yeah.
Just how's that going?
It's good. Like I said, we're in the starting phases. We just took it over a few months ago. I think within a year or two, I think it'll be fully what we want it to be. We would definitely we're going to build out the clubhouse and do some things to it and add a few things within the course too. So, it's definitely going to be, a work in progress, but I feel like once we're done with it, it's going to be amazing. It'll be, like I said, we'll have the school systems. My dad, he loves that stuff. That's his bread and butter. He would do that and not make a dime. Like he could care less. He loves, like you said, that's his passion. That's what he loves, and that's what I love, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
And finally, I know when I come out here, I cover a ton of sports, and most of it's the NBA, and they consider a lot of those guys the best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
but I don't see people in awe of people like they do for a PGA Tour player.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that they can go out and do, and they just can't fathom how it is that
Yeah.
you guys can do what you do. For you, though, when you play with a guy who's not any good like me, and I'm playing with Doug today, and he's just bombing it, and we can't fathom it. What is that like on your end?
Yeah, I mean, it's
like you're doing something that like nobody, there's no way they could do that. Even if they, I mean, like, because it's one thing to practice, we try to get really good.
Yeah.
But that just may not happen.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like you said, it's years and years. It's golf's hard. I think it's the hardest sport by far, by a zillion. Because like you said, there's so many factors: physical, mental, dietary. It can be, everything involves it. And obviously, with me, it's obviously in my distance. Again, you can't teach it. It's just something I was given, and I'm gonna take advantage of it and work all of the aspects of my game. But it's just certain things. It's hard to teach. And again, like you said, most of the amateurs, it comes to work ethic. If you want to be good at golf, it just takes time. And same goes for my short game and putting. That's again another thing you learn with critics or media. It's if you don't play well, he's in the slumps. It's like, no, it's just a learning experience. Like, what do you like? I just started working on this a week ago. It takes years. It doesn't just take snap of fingers and you're the best wedge player in the world. I mean, for me, I look up to DJ in that aspect because he was just like me. Hit it far, but wedge game was average, putting was average. It took him a lot longer than I hoped to get to that point. But after the 5-6 years, and he's been top 5 in the world probably ever since. He's been number 1 a couple of times. So, that's all I'm looking for and striving for.